What's up, Kid Life? It's Miss Sarah. I'm missing you so much. I wanted to jump on here and share a story with you guys today. This month we've been talking about the word focus. And we've been talking about focusing on faith. Our memory verse for this month tells us exactly what faith is. Hebrews 11:1. It says, faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. We get to choose to put our faith in something. We should choose to put our faith in Jesus. That's what we're going to be talking about. How when we put our faith in Jesus, we can face our fears. When I was your age, I had two big fears. My first fear was a fear of heights. I would not go on roller coasters. I hated being at the top of buildings. And my second fear was a fear of water. I would not go to the deep end of the pool. Unless my dad was over there, I had no problem jumping off the side of the pool into his arms. I had faith in my dad, and I could trust him because I knew he was going to catch me. It's the same way when we have faith in Jesus. We can trust him. We know that we can face our fears because he's going to be there. Today, we're going to talk about a Bible story with three characters. The first character is a guy we talked about last week. His name is Saul. We learned that Saul, he is a relentless man that was out to hurt and arrest anyone that believed in Jesus. He wanted to wipe out all the believers. Now, he was on his way to Damascus to do just that when something crazy happened. Something big, something incredible happened. Jesus himself appeared to him, and this bright light shone from heaven. Saul was blinded. And as soon as this happened, Jesus told him to continue on his trip and he would tell him what to do next. So he did that, even though he couldn't see. Now, Ananias, he was a believer. He's our second character we're going to talk about. He had a vision where God told him this. Go, I have chosen this man to work for me. He will announce my name to the Gentiles and to their kings. He will announce my name to the people of Israel. So Ananias had to go and find Saul, and he listened. He did that. But if I were Ananias, I would have been so scared.
I am totally freaking out.
Oh my goodness. Saul was killing people just like him. But he had faith in Jesus, and he knew what he was doing, and he knew he could trust him. So he goes and he finds Saul, and he lays his hands on him. And as this happens, the Bible says that something like scales fell from Saul's eyes, and he could see again. He got up, he was baptized, and not even days later, he was in the synagogues preaching, telling people what God had done. He was telling them that Jesus was the Son of God. Everyone was amazed at what they were seeing and what they were hearing, but not everyone, actually. There were some people that they just couldn't believe what they were seeing, and they thought, you're the guy that hurt people like us. You're the guy that arrested people that we love. Now, Saul could have been afraid of what they thought of him, but he continued on. He was determined to share the gospel and the good news of Jesus. As people saw Saul that way, they still saw him as the guy that hurt believers. There was a man named Barnabas, and he stood up for Saul. He shared his story. He told them what God had done, that they didn't need to be afraid of him anymore. And they believed his words, and they welcomed Saul into their family. All three of these guys had a choice. They could choose to be afraid, or they could choose to put their faith in Jesus and trust him. And they chose to trust him and follow him. And look at what happened. Because of Saul's life, who we know as Paul as well, so many people's lives were changed. You and I, we can have that same kind of faith in Jesus. What are you afraid of? Maybe it's telling the truth because you know that you might get in trouble. Maybe you worry a lot about what other people think. Or maybe you're afraid to reach out to someone and give them a second chance because you weren't friends in the past. Whatever it is, we can focus on what we know is true. We can face our fears when we have faith in Jesus.